Okay, did you figure out number one, or was that tricky? Now remember, on our V, we either have to label the variables or draw a sketch. Let's read it. A man bought 2 lots for the same price. He sold one at a profit of $3,000 and the other at a loss of $1,500, receiving twice as much for the first lot as for the second. What did each lot cost? Don't forget your dollar sign. Okay. The easiest way to do this one is to draw a sketch, and don't feel bad if you struggled with this one. Honestly, this one took me a few minutes to figure out as well. Okay, I'm going to label this lot 1 and this lot 2. This is what he bought them for. This is what he sold them for. Okay, it says he bought them for the same price, so we'll just call it X. The first lot, he sold at a profit of $3,000. That means whatever he paid for it plus $3,000 more dollars. Okay. The second lot, it said he received a loss on it. So whatever he paid for it, he lost $1,500. Okay. So this one was easier if you drew a sketch. If you tried to label the variables, it's very confusing. So what is my equation? Receiving twice as much for the first as for the second. So the first one, X plus 3,000 equals, they said that this was twice as much as that. So I'm going to put 2 times X minus 1,500. Okay, now let's take care of our parentheses. X plus 3,000 equals 2X minus 3,000. Okay, X is smaller, so I'm going to subtract X from both sides. This cancels out, which means I need an X over here, so I need that to cancel out. So I'm going to add 3,000 to both sides. And that cancels out. I have an X on each side. So 6,000 equals X. What did each lot cost? Each lot costed $6,000. On your answer, don't forget your dollar sign. Okay? Okay. Now I want you to go to number 3 and try to do number 3 first and then compare it with mine. Remember, either label the variables or draw a sketch. Sometimes drawing a sketch helps you solve the problem, okay? So go ahead and stop the tape and do number 3. Okay, look at number 3. From Vanover, New Hampshire to Albany, New York is 5 miles further than from Albany to Burlington, Vermont. From Burlington to Hanover is 45 miles less than from Burlington to Albany. What are the distances between the places if a circuit of the 3 is 292 miles? Well, you can label the variables. I'm going to draw a sketch. If there's 3 places, I'm going to draw a triangle. Okay? It says, here's Hanover, New Hampshire. I'm going to label this Albany, and I'm going to label this Burlington. Okay? So it says from Hanover to Albany is 5 miles further than from Albany to Burlington. From Burlington to Hanover is 45 miles less than from Burlington to Albany. Here's Burlington. Okay. From Albany to Burlington. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what X is. What do I know the least about? I know from Hanover to Albany, this is 5 miles further than from Albany to Burlington. Okay, so it looks like X is going to be the distance from Albany to Burlington. Okay, and it says New Hampshire to Albany is 5 miles further. So Hanover to Albany is 5 miles further. So further is going to be plus, so 5 plus X. From Burlington to Hanover is 45 miles less. So less means minus, so X minus 45. On this one, you could have defined your variables. It would have been just as easy. You could have done this one either way. What is the distances between the places if a circuit of the three is 392 miles? So if I go to all three of them, it's 392 miles. So I need to add them together. So I have X minus 45 plus 5 plus X plus X equals 392. Okay, let's add like terms. I'm going to underline all my X's. I have 1, 2, 3X. Minus 45 plus 5 equals 392. So I have 3X. My signs are different, so I subtract and use the sign as a larger number. My larger number is 45, so my sign is negative. 45 minus 5 is 40, equals 392. Add 40 to both sides. 2, 13, 4, 3X. Okay, now divide by 3. So X equals, you can use your calculator, 432 divided by 3 is 144. Okay, so X is 144, so this one is 144. Remember, you have to label all your variables. 5 plus X, 5 plus X, so add 5 to it, it's going to be 149. X minus 45, X minus 45, 144 minus 45, 9. 99. Okay. From Hanover to Albany is 149 miles. From Albany to Burlington is 144 miles. From Hanover to Burlington is 99 miles. How did you do? Did you do pretty good on that one? Okay. Remember, you can draw a sketch or you can label your variables, okay? Go ahead and look at number 5. I want you to do number 5 and then compare it with mine, okay? Do number 5, get as far as you can before doing it with me, okay? Okay, go ahead and stop the tape and do number 5. Okay, let's look at number 5. William is 1/6 as old as his father, but 5 years older than his sister Mary. If the sum of their ages is 51, how old is William? Okay, who do we know the least about? X equals, well, William is 1/6 as old and 5 years younger. Okay. William is 1/6 as old as his father. So I'm going to put X equals his father. Now you could have put it with a different variable, that's fine. I'm going to put X equals his father. If his father is X, how old is William? Well, William would be 1/6 as old, or 1/6X. This is William. Now how old is Mary? William is 5 years older than Mary, which means Mary's 5 years younger, right? So 1/6X minus 5 is Mary. Okay, did you get that far? It says the sum of their ages is 51. Sum means add. So let's add all these together. X plus 1/6X plus, 1/6X minus 5 equals 51. I forgot my X. Well, okay. Let's combine like terms. All those have an X after them. Okay. So I have 1 and 2/6X minus 5 equals 51. Okay. Let's combine like terms. Okay, this is the like, so I need to get rid of the 5. So add 5 to both sides. 1 and 2/6X equals 56. How are we doing so far? I'm going to copy it up here because I'm running out of room. 1 and 2/6X equals 56. On your rules for fractions, in order to get rid of this, the first thing I'm going to have to do is turn it to an improper fraction. Okay, remember your times and your plus. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 8/6X equals 56. To get rid of the fraction, remember we have to flip it. So I have to multiply both sides times 6/8. So times 6/8. That's an 8, by the way. These cancel out. The only thing left over here is 8 equals, I can cancel these, divide them by 8. This is going to be 1. 56 divided by 8 is 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Okay, so the father is 42. William is 1/6 of 42. What is 42 divided by 6? It's 7. Mary is William's age minus 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. It only asked for William, though. William is 7. So your answer to this problem is 7. Okay. Some of these are a little complicated. Just remember, take your time, think your way through it. Let's look at page number 2. These problems will require careful reading and organization using the table and sketch techniques used in earlier lessons. Okay? Go ahead and look at number 7. Go ahead and I want you to do number 7 and then check it with mine. Okay? So stop the tape and do number 7. Okay, let's do number 7. A ship must average 22 miles an hour to make its 10-hour run on schedule. During the first 4 hours, bad weather caused it to reduce its speed to 16 miles per hour. What should its speed be for the rest of the trip to keep the ship on its schedule? Okay, I'm going to draw a picture. Okay, here's my picture. Okay. It said rate times distance. Okay. A ship must average 22 miles an hour to make its 10-hour run on schedule. So it must do 22 miles per hour to make its 10-hour run on schedule. 10 hours. So 22 times 10 is 220. Okay, rate times time equals distance. This is what the ship must do. I guess ship. They're both the ship though. During the first 4 hours, bad weather caused it to reduce its speed to 16. Okay. Okay, during the first 4 hours, it had to reduce its speed to 16 miles per hour. Okay. This is going to be 16 times 4 is 64. It wants to know what should the speed be for the rest of the trip to keep the ship on its schedule. I'm going to put reduced speed okay. Now if there's 10 hours and we use 4 hours, that means we have 6 hours left. Okay? So I don't know what my rate is. I'm looking for my rate for the rest of the trip. So this is 6x. Okay? But my distance here plus my distance here has to equal my total distance. Okay, so I have 6x plus 64 equals 220. Okay, we subtract 64 from both sides. These cancel out, so I have 6x equals 5 plus 5 is 10. 11 minus 6 is 5. Okay, and divide this by 6. X equals 155 divided by 6. 2 is 12. 35. 30. 5. Bring down the 0. 6 times 8 is 48. 2. Okay, 25.8. So I'm going to round this to 26. Okay. So the ship's speed should be 26 miles per hour. Okay. Did you use your distance formula? Okay. Go to number 9. I'm going to give you a clue. This is a lever problem. Look at your lever formula. Go ahead and do number 9 and then compare it with mine. Okay? Go ahead and do number 9. Okay? Remember our lever formula? Our lever formula says that weight 1 times distance 1 equals weight 2 times distance 2. Okay? Joe, Jane, and Bill weigh 40, 70, and 90 pounds, respectively, and use a plank 15 feet long, for a teeterboard. Bill sits 3 feet, Jane sits 5 feet, and Joe 8 feet from the fulcrum on the same side. How far must their father, who weighs 188 pounds, sit from the fulcrum to balance the children? Okay, so let's look at this. Here's my lever. Here's my fulcrum. Okay, it says that Joe, Jane, and Bill weigh 40, 70, and 90. Okay. Bill sits 3 feet from the fulcrum, so it looks like Bill's sitting the closest. Bill sits 3 feet, and how much does Bill weigh? Bill weighs 90 pounds. Okay, 90. And it says Jane sits 5 feet. How much does Jane weigh? Jane weighs 70.